I was 32 years old, standing on the edge of a cliff, literally. I had moved to a small town in Colorado to chase my dream of being a professional rock climber. But there I was, not facing a mountain, but the reality that I was dead broke and wondering if I had made the biggest mistake of my life. My name is Alex Turner. I had left a stable, well-paying job as a software engineer in New York to pursue my lifelong passion for climbing. People thought I was crazy to walk away from a promising tech career to live out of a van and scale rocks for a living. But that was me, chasing the adrenaline, the freedom, and the dream. The first year was a struggle. Climbing was supposed to bring me happiness, but instead, it brought financial stress and endless self-doubt. I barely made enough from guiding tourists and odd gigs to keep gas in my van and food in my belly. I even started questioning if my love for climbing was enough to justify the sacrifice. Then, one cold, sleepless night, sitting in my van under the stars, I had a realization. I wasn't just here for the thrill. I was here to change lives. I decided to focus on teaching underprivileged kids the joy of climbing, turning my passion into a purpose. I reached out to local schools and community centres, offering free climbing lessons to kids who had never experienced the mountains. It wasn't easy. I had no funding, no sponsors, and barely enough gear. But I had my van, my climbing knowledge, and my stubborn determination. My first few lessons were a mess. I remember one time when the ropes got tangled, and I ended up laughing with a group of kids who were more interested in throwing pebbles than learning to climb. But slowly, word started to spread. Parents thanked me for giving their kids a new sense of confidence. Teachers said the kids came back from the mountains with brighter smiles and bigger dreams. Still, my bank account was shrinking, and I didn't know how long I could keep this up. I thought about going back to software engineering, but every time I considered it, a kid's laugh on the cliffs or the look of awe on a child's face as they conquered their first climb kept me going. Then something incredible happened. A local news reporter covering unique community stories got wind of my project. They came out to the cliffs to film one of our sessions. I remember the cameras capturing a young girl named Mia who had been terrified of heights. Reached the top of her first climb with tears of joy streaming down her face. The story aired, and within days, my phone was ringing non-stop. People wanted to know how they could help. I received calls from local businesses offering to sponsor the climbing gear and volunteers wanting to support my mission. I even received a grant from a national outdoor sports foundation that believed in my vision of empowering youth through climbing. With the newfound support, I established a non-profit called Reach for the Heights. We started hosting regular climbing camps and even organised adventure retreats for kids dealing with difficult circumstances, like those from foster care or low-income families. I partnered with local mental health professionals to make sure the kids were getting the emotional support they needed. One of my proudest moments came when a teenager named Leo, who had been in and out of juvenile detention, became one of our most passionate climbers. He told me, "Climbing made me feel like I could conquer anything." He later got a scholarship to study environmental science, inspired by the mountains that had once seemed so unreachable. Today, Reach for the Heights is a nationally recognised non-profit, and we've helped hundreds of kids discover the power of the outdoors. My life is still far from glamorous. I still live simply, but I've never felt richer. Every day, I wake up knowing that my passion has a purpose, and that's worth more than any paycheck. If you've ever wondered whether it's worth chasing your dream, my story is proof that sometimes the greatest rewards come from the scariest leaps. You just have to climb, even when the summit seems impossible. If this story inspired you, please like, subscribe, and consider supporting our mission to bring the mountains to more kids. Let's keep climbing, together.